Hello, Libra and Libra Rising and Libra Moon people. This is your weekly astrology and card forecast for the week of October 10th, 2016. I just wanted to, clear something up really quick. Some folks are kind of wondering, like, why did I leave Mercury out? Mercury moved into your sign last week on the 7th, on Friday, and I got some comments like, oh my gosh, like, why did you do? Well, the reason was because that was mentioned in the monthly October horoscope, and I want these weekly astrology ones to be talking more about the day-to-day. So unless something's like a full moon or like a retrograde, I'm probably going to stick to that plan. And if you are curious about seeing the whole month in a horoscope, you can always go to the main channel page. It's under playlist October 2016 astrology horoscopes, and does all the astrology for the month. So what is going on this week in the astrology? Well, we do have Mercury in your sign, which again gives you that wonderful wild card blessing of Mercury, which is going to be speeding up all processes for you. Things are going to be happening a lot more quickly. Whatever you get started over the next 3 weeks is going to kind of take off a little bit, almost like a snowball. Not a negative snowball effect, but it's definitely going to go faster than anticipated. So, budget your time accordingly. It's a good thing to know that things will be picking up the pace, but it is important to know if you were hoping something would take a little bit longer to fit into your schedule, that you're accommodating to that as well. But this week, on Tuesday, we've got Jupiter, the planet of luck, wealth, and expansion, and Mercury coming together in the same place. And this is actually going to create an unexpected bit of payoff for you. This could actually be an early payout. This definitely does feel a bit more like a financial gain, just because that is one of Jupiter's biggest rulings. And what can happen with this is that we could actually notice that we are actually the recipient of some unexpected good news financially. This could actually even be something hurrying along again sooner than you could have expected. Maybe you were expecting a payout to come later this month, or later on, in whatever process that you're in, but we're actually kind of hurrying this payout to you, and that news was most likely, again, going to be kind of surfacing between Tuesday and Wednesday. On Thursday, we've got Mercury, again, in your sign, forming a tense square to Mars in your 4th house, your home and family sector, Capricorn. And whenever Mercury and Mars come to a bit of a clash like this, it's important to pay attention to how much information is too much information. And this might be a time where there could be some hostility on the home front, whether it's with a family member or with a housemate or whoever you might share your home with, that has a lot to do with, again, information oversharing, or perhaps even frustration about a conversation that goes on longer than it should. And that's kind of an interesting thing to look at. Sometimes conversations can go sour because we are taking way too long, maybe saying the same thing over and over again. And I'm talking about both parties in this situation. And the frustration might actually have to come from the repetitiousness of that nature, kind of going around and having cyclical arguments and things like that. And when we have Mercury and Mars come into a bit of a clash, a lot of it does have to do with not knowing when to halt a communication or to halt a discussion for a better time and a better place. People need time to process. It doesn't need to be browbeaten into anyone's heads, okay? So just keep that in mind. Keep things a little bit more light and fluffy around Thursday. So what is going on with your cards this week? Well, we do have for your spiritual advice the card of the Other World, okay? And in this oracle deck, the Other World usually talks a little bit more about transitions. It's kind of like the death card of this oracle deck. And with this card, I'm actually seeing this is a great alteration for you. Usually with this transition, we tend to need to be paying attention to what we are letting go of, what needs to be released in order to make room for something new. And this card always does talk about that. Sometimes we always want to start something new, but we're just piling it on top of old business. We're piling it on top of unfinished business. And one of the things you might want to look at is, where does unfinished business with, whether it's work, whether it's money, whether it's relationships, where does unfinished business and unclosed door activity prevent new manifestations from happening. You know, always pay attention to that. It's like that list. The bigger that list is, the less room on that sheet of paper for new things. And this is going to be a huge theme of this week for a lot of Libra people. And I might actually do a special video about that on my vlog channel. So if you don't know about my vlog channel, it's Scarlet Moon Magic. It's more of a personal channel of mine. So for your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we do have the Sun card inverted. Which is one of those cards that's kind of like, even though it's inverted, it's still good. It's still really, really good. And with the Sun card, we tend to see a little bit more, you know, opportunities for fun to come into the workplace, or even a fun new job opportunity coming your way. And usually because of the Sun card inverted, we are seeing that this is something that we're taking on with, you know, an opportunity to pay out now and pay later. Okay, and we already saw that with the astrology of this week. Something is coming early. There's going to be money coming in early. It may not be like the whole shebang. It may not be an entire payout, but it looks like this is almost like an advance you didn't ask for. And with the Sun card inverted, usually this talks a lot about people trying to keep your good graces, reward behavior, or reward you for hard work, even if you're not working for that reward, or even if you're not asking for that reward. So there's going to be a lot of unexpected benefits. Definitely out of the ordinary, definitely not to standard, definitely all good. For your communications with air, when it comes to messages you get from friends and from relatives, we do have the Queen of Wands inverted. And Libra, this card can indicate some problems with a fire sign, female, most likely an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius, or, you know, probably somebody with just a lot of fire in their charts. And I'm kind of getting from this card that this is really more about this person's unwillingness or inability to look behind the curtain at how things are really done. I'm getting a lot of complacency from this person. And you may be trying to help them out, you know. It's kind of like you're trying to help them, you're trying to do them a favor, but they don't want to know how all of this works. And I think that their unwillingness to learn, their unwillingness, again, to see how things actually happen, is making it harder not only to please them, but to close this problem for good. It's almost like the idea of teaching this person how the job is done is actually creating a conflict. If you ever had that happen, it's like, I don't need your life story. I don't need to know how it works. Just fix it. You know, that kind of attitude. Really frustrating, kind of bitchy. But unfortunately, this person must learn. Now, you can't, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. But you can't, don't put yourself in a position where you can't say you didn't try either. Okay, I do feel like, though, it's like this person's unwillingness to learn how something works is really kind of stepping in the way. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Ten of Pentacles inverted. And this card inverted is sort of talking about making sure that we are not counting our chickens before they hatch. Okay, we do have a lot of really good energy, a lot of really, really good, you know, I guess you could say, you know, financial news coming our way. But when it comes to prospects, things that have yet to materialize, not all of them are going to, even if they're all being presented all at once. The Ten of Pentacles inverted can also indicate a need to pay attention to where we may be trying to rush too much in any area of our life, whether it's, you know, work, whether it's friends, whether it's love, because the Ten of Pentacles inverted can often talk about, I guess you could say, I think I've said it before in another video, eyes on the prize, kind of creating tunnel vision, you know, where it's sort of like looking for that end goal or looking for that label. And sometimes the Ten of Pentacles reverse, we have to pay attention to the fact that labels don't promise security. You know, just because we made something official, whatever it is, it doesn't guarantee that everything's going to work out hence after. And so be careful about having too much of that eyes on the prize kind of mentality, because again, that is still at the same time counting chickens before they've hatched in a sense, because, you know, even after the chickens hatch, we have to feed them and take care of them. So just pay a little bit of attention to where either that's kind of like a problem in your group, a problem in your office, or maybe even something you catch yourself doing this week, and make sure that we kind of, you know, catch it before it gets too, you know, out of hand. For your Emotions with water and your romantic life. We've got the Ace of Cups upright. Beautiful card for love and romance, because the Ace of Cups always talks about new beginnings and new eras starting on the romantic sphere. This could actually be a really good opportunity for those of you who are looking to deepen an existing romantic connection, because the Ace of Cups always talks about people opening up and having those open-hearted conversations, people who are letting their guard down, but in a good way. This is also great for those of you who are looking for new love, because people are going to be open and honest about their intentions, but also at the same time, this could be a testament of love, or even a new crush, or even finding out about somebody who may have a crush on you that you did not know was holding such feelings for you. So that is your forecast, Libra. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you'd like to get a session, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com.